In my opinion, he is one of the top flight D linemen, nose guards, if you will, in the Big 12.
Pressure and brought down once again. Eli Huggins, the senior out of Georgia.
Stay in motion, talking heavy rotation. They must don't think that I noticed they hating. Trying to keep up, I keep switching locations. Go to the shit, win a ring like the Patriots. Went to sleep scraping and woke up on scraping. I just her auntie at the gas station.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another special edition of the Power Hour. I'm pleased to be joined by none other than my guy Eli Huggins of the Kansas State Wildcats. What's going on, Eli? How you doing, man?
Doing good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, brother. Appreciate you joining me, man. Just kind of start out by, introducing yourself to everybody. Let everybody know who you are and what you do, man.
Yeah, I'm Eli Huggins. I'm a defensive tackle who's trying to make his way to the NFL right now. I played at Kansas State. Just wrapped up my sixth season there. So really looking forward to being on this.
That's what's up, man. So kind of talk about your journey at Kansas State. I know you were a 6-year player, as you said, man. So kind of talk about your journey at Kansas State.
So I actually started out with Coach Bill Snyder, Hall of Famer.
For sure.
So, I grew up outside of Atlanta, and they were just one of my offers, and I went out there and visited and just absolutely loved it. And, have an opportunity to get a play for a coach like Bill Snyder just felt like something I couldn't turn down, and I love the university so much. So I was fortunate enough to get a play under Coach Snyder for 2 years, and then Coach Kleiman came in for my third year.
You are a Big 12 champion. First of all, congratulations on that accomplishment, man. So kind of talk about the course of this season. I'm pretty sure nobody probably expected you guys from the outside to, maybe make that run towards the Big 12 championship. So kind of talk about that journey and how was that experience, man?
Yeah, man, it feels incredible to be a champion. Obviously, that's kind of what you dream about going into the season. It was a grind to get there, but I came back for my 6th year for a reason, because I knew we had a really special group and a really good team. Just a bunch of really good guys on that team, a ton of good leaders, a ton of good players, and all off season long. That's something that we're talking about every single day. That was our goal. That's where we wanted to be, just to have the opportunity to play in the game. And we had a great off season. I mean, we've got, and like I said, incredible players there, great leadership, great coaches. And we were just fortunate enough to be able to put it all together. I mean, it was a really special year, no doubt. And it's something I'll never forget.
That's what's up, man. I mean, being a champion, I'm sure, is probably one of your dreams. So kind of talk about what are, some of your goals as an athlete. What are some of the goals you want to achieve? I know you are in the NFL draft this year, 2023 draft. I'm pretty sure you have a high goal of getting drafted pretty high, or whatever the case may be. But kind of talk about some of your goals that you want to achieve on the field.
Yeah. So, I mean, in college, just getting into college, my whole dream and goal was just to get an opportunity to play. I think everyone has a different process to get to the college level. And mine wasn't perfect, but I wouldn't change it for anything. And my dream was just to get a play a snap. I mean, I talk to my parents all the time about how I just wanted to get to play. I just wanted to feel what it was like to get on that field. And it's a crazy feeling when you really get out there and get to play in front of all those fans, and just that just made me fall deeper in love with the game. And after that, my goals just kept growing and growing and growing. I wanted to be a starter. I wanted to be that guy on the defense, to be a big contributor. And then this past year, I mean, it was just my goals were to be a captain, to represent my team, to be a Big 12 champion. And I was fortunate enough to get to accomplish both those. And then going forward, my goal right now is just to make it to the NFL. I mean, however that happens, whether that's a draft pick or undrafted free agent or whatever it takes. I just want to make it there, and that's a goal of mine right now.
Yeah, see that you were one of the team captains. That's a huge honor and a huge privilege. Was that a team deal, or is that an award that's awarded by the coaching?
That's a team deal. So I know every team does it differently. The way we did it is every player got a vote, and based off how many years you've been there, that was kind of what your vote was worth. So the older guys' votes were worth more than the younger guys. and to be elected by my teammates was a huge honor for me. Something I really will never forget.
So kind of talk about some of the teammates that you've had the privilege of playing with. I mean, I know everybody knows Deuce Vaughn, off the top of their head when they think of Kansas State, but kind of talk about some of the other guys that you had, the privilege of playing with over your time at Kansas State.
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate to have so many incredible teammates. I mean, if I just look at D linemen specifically that I've gotten to play with, I mean, over the years, there's just been a ton of really good dudes. I mean, Will Geary, Trey Deshawn, Drew Wiley, Wyatt Hubert, and then this past year, getting to play with Felix Enudike, and I mean a number of other just stud players. I mean, and then this year specifically, I mean, we had Julius Brents, who I see is balling out at the Reese Senior Bowl right now. Obviously Deuce Vaughn. I mean, everyone knows Deuce Vaughn, but Deuce Vaughn's one heck of a player and just a really good dude. Will Howard, Adrian Martinez. I mean, Malik Knowles. I could Deuce Green. I could go on for a long time just talking about good teammates, good players I've had the opportunity to get to play with.
So on the other end of it, kind of talk about some of the opponents, some of the, who would you say were some of the top guys opponent-wise that you got to play against? And I saw you could put a couple of these top quarterbacks on the ground too.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy looking back. Just you don't really realize it in the moment, but once it's over and you look back and start thinking about the guys that you've gone against, it's kind of nuts. I mean, I went against Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, just played against Bryce Young. So there's been a number of just really good players. I mean, Bijan Robinson, just to name a few. But there's been tons, and those guys are studs. I mean, I know this year is going to play Bijan Robinson and Bryce Young, guys like that. I mean, they're going to be really high draft picks this year, more than likely, and they're incredible players. And it's kind of cool, but also weird to look back and be like, man, I played against those guys, but it's definitely cool.
Your run at Kansas State, I mean, you had a 6-year run. I know it was probably full of ups and downs, the coaching change, Coach Snyder retiring, all these things happening. Kind of talk about the run that you guys had at Kansas State and kind of talk about getting to the point of where you guys are now sitting at the top of the Big 12.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a journey. I mean, 6 years is a long time to be in college and stuff. And so when I got there with Coach Snyder, I redshirted right away, which, I mean, no one at the time wants to redshirt, but it was definitely the right move for me, hindsight, no doubt. Played a little bit my second year, kind of got that taste of what it was like and kind of showed myself that I could do this. And then got a bit more playing time my third year, and then got to start my last 3 years. And going into my 6th year, I wasn't sure if I was going to come back or not. I hadn't made my decision going into the last game of the year, really. And just speaking with my coaches and family and everyone that support unit around me, it just felt like the right decision for me to come back and do that 6th year. And I know it's easy to say now, sitting here as a champion, a Big 12 champion, that I made the right decision on that one.
You're going through the pre-draft process. Kind of talk about who you're training with and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now, training with X3 Performance. I'm really fortunate that they reached out to me and gave me the opportunity to come train here. It's been a really good experience so far, and I've really enjoyed it. They do things the right way around here, and I've already started to see some good improvements on my numbers and everything we're working on. And then I was fortunate enough to get to go to the NFLPA Bowl, participate in that, and just got back here this week and got back to work at X3 here.
So talk about the NFLPA Bowl experience. How was that for you?
It was awesome. Unfortunately, I did have a little injury there. I pulled my hamstring, so I didn't get to finish the week and play in the game, but it was still a really good week. I mean, it was a first-class event. I mean, they took really good care of us, and I mean, it was just a great experience to get to be around some of the coaches that were there who were 10, 12, 15-year vets in the NFL, and they just know that every little detail of the game. To get to learn from those guys, get to be around some of the best players in the country. I mean, a ton of guys are going to get drafted this year, meet with a ton of different teams and scouts and stuff. It was an incredible experience.
It's been, your motivation? You know, what has been the inspiration for you every day to get up and grind? Because I know it's hard getting up for those 6 a.m. workouts, for those 5:30 a.m. workouts. So kind of talk about what has fueled the fire for you to get to this point.
Yeah, for me, I would just say family. I mean, it's just I have a great family, and I'm super close to my family, and I'm really proud just to have my name and be a part of my family, and just to have the opportunity to represent my family. You know, you just want to make everyone proud, and that's kind of what fuels me. Just I don't want to let anyone down. And something my dad always says is, you know, God's gift to you is your life, and your gift back to Him is what you do with it. So I just wake up every day, just kind of not wanting to let my family down, and just prove myself.
I guess my last question would be, what are some of your goals off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I know football is going to come to an end one day, and I try to do everything I can to be prepared for that. I mean, at Kansas State, I was lucky enough with my 6 years to get 3 degrees. I got a undergraduate in finance, and then I got an MBA, and then did a second master's in data analytics. So I'd love to own my own business one day. Or my real goal is to get into private equity. That's kind of something I'm interested in and would love to work in. So yeah, that'd be the main things for me. Maybe either private equity or own my own business one day.
That's what's up, man. And you know, I hope all the well for you, man. You know, I pray you get drafted high the first 2 days. You know, I'm gonna be looking out for that, man. And I wish you good luck along the journey, man. And I appreciate you joining me. I know you got a busy schedule, and I appreciate you taking out your time out your schedule and to join me tonight, man.
I appreciate you having me on. It means a lot.
Absolutely, man. Good luck to you, man. And God bless you, brother.
You too. Have a good one.
All right, you too, man.